Okay, so in this video, I kind of wanted to let you all know more about me. This is going to be a get to know me vlog and what kind of started my whole weight loss journey. Okay, so I am 30 years old, born in 1989. Grew up in a very strict, religious, sheltered lifestyle. What else? Um, I am a statistic, meaning that my grandparents raised me. The majority of my life, I moved back in with my mom when I was about 14, but it's been on and off battle ever since, even till this day. Um, So, I mean, I'd be there for my mom as best as I could, but now I have to be here for me. I'm also was there for my brother, but now I have to be here for myself and a 3-year-old that I've raised. I've been raising pretty much since birth. So I have her, and yeah, so that's what I have to live for. And yeah, get rid of the extra baggage. Really should. Okay, so what started my weight loss journey? Whew. Let's see if I can keep this short. Okay, I was sick. I fell sick October of 2018. Before that, for a year, over a year and a half, I had been taking care of my mother when she was home, meaning that she went in for a surgery, went to a skilled facility that was not so skilled and was neglectful in her care, and had been downhill from there. Came back home, had all of these pressure wounds, had her leg where they had removed the artificial knee. She had rods going down her leg, concrete, all of that. She was basically bedridden at that point. Because the leg was not weight bearing. So I, raising a baby along with now taking care of my mother, doing all of that like a CNA would. I mean, she had people coming in, but they were only coming in only for that moment and maybe like 2 or 3 times a week, not a lot. And I am in Florida, so if you're in Florida, baby girl, you know that we don't have the best medical scenario here. So yeah, and I was being neglectful to my health, and I felt that if I went to the hospital, who would be there to see about my mom? Although my brother lived with us, he did not handle her care and didn't care to handle her care and didn't really want to handle her care. I guess he felt like he didn't want to see his mother punani and all of that, so whatever. So it was left up to me. So, fell sick October 22nd. I believe it was October 22nd. Don't quote me on that. I believe it was a Saturday or a Sunday. I want to say it was a Sunday. And I live literally around the corner from the hospital. Called the ambulatory services. They get there and they're like, hey, can you get up and walk? Can you get up and get on the stretcher? I'm like, yeah. I was completely out of breath. I couldn't really breathe. Told mom that I had to wait for my brother to get from Georgia back home so that he could see about the baby and whatever my mom needed. Get to the hospital. I do not remember getting on the back of that ambulatory service. I don't even know how they got me out the door. I don't know if I walked out. No, I didn't walk out. I remember them bringing the stretcher in, and me sitting between the, I had like a living room, dining room combo. And I remember, but I don't remember. All right, I'll tell y'all, when that hospital is around the corner, it is literally around the corner. I don't remember it at all. Don't remember arriving at the hospital, none of that. I know this is in the story that I'm giving you are bits and pieces of what my family members have all told me and my friends have all told me. So, and then what my doctors told me when I finally woke up from the coma. So, my body went into septic shock. By the time I reached the hospital, I had shut down every organ in my body. My heart was in AFib. And the only thing that they kept saying I was complaining about was my sore throat. Pause. Before I went to the hospital, I felt that I had strep throat because I always get it every year somewhere between the seasons changing. I always get it. I have severe allergies and sinus issues. And then, I had been dealing with this since 2009, so it wasn't uncommon for me to get strep throat every year. So I was thinking that it was my strep throat tonsillitis, and no, it was not. I was literally shut down every organ in my body, and that's why I could not breathe, and my heart was pumping. And for those who don't know what AFib is, your heart isn't doing a full pump. It is going like this because there's no circulation going, and there's no oxygen going through, with your lungs, through your blood. So your heart is overly working. So I'm also about to go into cardiac arrest at this point as well and crash. So they didn't think I was gonna make it. Told my mom to call my family. I'm not gonna make it, whatever. But as you can see, we had the final say so in that. And a week and a half, I was hooked up to ventilators. I had, at this time, a temporary trach. Woke up a week and a half later. I was restrained. I guess they didn't want me to wake up, and was like, what's this? Like, started snatching stuff out. So, with that illness, with me shutting down with my organs shutting down, I ended up having to go on dialysis. I did dialysis aggressively because my kidneys were shot, okay? And the crazy thing about it is, one of the things that I did not know, when your kidneys are shutting down, is your color of urine and blood. At this point, I thought that because I have irregular periods, I thought that it was my period. I was not really paying attention to, because I'm like, okay, it's my period. But I'm like, I'm bleeding for a long time, but it's not uncommon for those who have irregular periods to bleed for either shorter or longer than the average period. So I rated and paid any attention. These are signs that were just skipped because I knew how my body worked. So I thought. And I went aggressively with my Dr. Jack. Hey, Dr. Jack, my nephrologist. He's amazing. And we went aggressive. We went 4 hours every day, 7 days a week. I was on a heart-restricted diet. I was on a very restricted diet. No sodium of any kind, low calorie. And when I went into the hospital, I was 803 pounds. I did not know that I had gotten that huge because I was taking care of my family, and I was just focused on just that, getting them done. And I was like, well, when I get this done, then I'll see about me, whatever. So yeah, because I had gotten up to 803 pounds, and I didn't realize I was that huge. And that was one of the negatives that worked against me with them trying to save my life because of how big I was. And when you are shutting down your organs in your body, you also begin to retain water and you do get huge. I mean, I was swollen, and I may enter a pic somewhere along in the video of me in the hospital in a coma. So, and I was huge. I was huge. I'm still huge, but I mean, I was huge. But yeah. So, you know, I ended up going to a long-term care hospital, and they ended up doing a permanent, not permanent, but this would be permanent if, you know, but they ended up putting a trach in here, and this will be my forever scar. This is my dialysis scars here along my neck. I have more. So I'm just carrying my scars with pride. Because I overcame all those things. I ended up getting myself off the ventilator. I was so determined to get off that ventilator. I began to speak over my trach, and which is pretty, you know, uncommon to really speak over. But they told me that once you began to speak over your trach, sorry, didn't mean to get in the camera like that, but once you began to speak over your trach, they was like, pretty much, you're gonna make it, you're gonna get off of it. And I did, because I ended up going down in size for my trach. Sorry. Okay, so I ended up going down in size in my trach. I was a size 12. I went down to a size 6. And then eventually I'm about to begin to reject. So now fast forward, I am at the long-term care hospital. I am still doing dialysis 4 hours a day, 7 days a week. And my doctor was like, look, he was like, we have a temporary dialysis catheter in you, and we're gonna have to put a permanent. Oh no, I was not having that. I said, please, I said, give me 1 more week. Let me see if my kidneys can produce something. I am praying, I'm praying. And so he was like, okay, I'm gonna give you 1 more week. And I researched Dialysis Diet. Now, here's the thing. When you are on dialysis, there are a lot of food groups that you cannot have. Citrus is one of them, bananas, stuff like that. Because they're putting potassium in on your treatment with dialysis. Your pressure, the reason you have to have a low sodium to no sodium diet is because if your pressure spikes up, they have to stop. If it goes too low, they have to stop. So, and their whole thing is not making you clot. So you're also on blood thinners as well. So a lot goes into it. But see, here's the kick with me. My numbers were so low. My potassium, my sodium, my calcium, my protein, all of that was so low. And mind you, I was also on a feeding tube. I hadn't started eating yet because I had the trach. And my numbers were so low that once I began to speak over my trach, I got speech therapy in so that I could be able to start eating somewhat foods, even if they were just nectar thick and pureed. I needed to get food, not this stuff that they were giving me out of a bottle that was causing my upset tummy and causing other issues. So that was my focus, getting off of the feeding tube, and focusing on eating. And I still had my G-tube installed even when I was eating regular foods because I still couldn't take medication by mouth just yet. So I researched diet and things that I couldn't have: kiwi, pineapple, things that you're not supposed to normally have on a diet. I could have because my numbers were too low. So I would have family and friends come in. They would bring me, I remember I asked my daughter, I said, well, I'm thinking in my head, because I got the diarrhea thing going on and everything because of the bottle, the stuff in that bottle on the feeding tube. And I know a little bit about medical because my uncle's a PA, and so he's taught me a lot of stuff and how your body works. And so I'm like, well, I gotta be losing electrolytes because I have the diarrhea issue going on. And I was like, I wonder if I can drink Gatorade, even if it's the low calorie Gatorade. And my daughter's like, no, I couldn't even have the low calorie Gatorade or the 0 calorie Gatorade because it was too high in something, either too high in sodium, too high in sugar, too high in calories. It was something. And I remember my aunt, she was like, well, why don't you get Propel water? It's 0 calories and you still get your electrolytes and you get your fluids. And I made that order to Sam's. I had my family and friends pick up that case of Propel water, and I had them pick me up fresh fruits, and I had plenty of, I love cuties. I had the fresh fruits. I spoke with my speech therapist about my diet, my nutrition, and we changed some things up. I said, instead of giving me all this starch, give me double the veggies, give me double this, give me more protein. I said, because I gotta get my kidneys. And with me being proactive like that, I was able to start producing urine and getting them to kick in. So I was extremely ecstatic for that. My whole family was ecstatic for that. I was happy. It's like, yay. It went from having like, because I was only producing like maybe 100, maybe anywhere from 50 to 150 cc's a day. And my doctor was like, you're still retaining water. We're having to pull, like they were literally pulling fluid off of me. And it was like 8 pounds of fluid a day that they were pulling off of me a day, okay? And my doctor brags like on one of his biggest accomplishments because he pulled like over 150 pounds off of me because I was 803 pounds. And, you know, I had lost some of that weight between being on that feeding tube and dialysis. I lost a good chunk of that weight. Yes, yes. So thank you, Dr. Jack, for the process. Thank you. And I had already previously before I fell ill, I had already started the process of weight loss surgery. And yeah, I had already did my 3 months for my insurance, blah, blah, blah. So, but I fell ill. I decided to take care of my family and then fell ill. And then, yeah. So, okay, fast forward, I'm doing better. They are now transferring me to rehab. I began still laying in the bed, mind you. I'm not walking. I'm not doing anything because I woke up from the coma. I woke up with heavy legs and feet, and come to find out that I went to not one but 2 different neurologists, and I have severe chronic illness, neuropathy and myopathy. The neuropathy is your nerves, and then the myopathy is your muscle. So I've lost a lot of muscle. And he pretty much showed me that I'll continue to lose muscle. But I wasn't accepting that. So, okay. And I'll tell you why in a second, why I didn't accept that. This is going to be about a 30-minute video, by the way. Okay, so then fast forward. I'm at the rehab. And my rehab, I loved my physical therapy and I loved my occupational therapy. That was my crew, okay? I loved the assistants, Jasmine, that was my girl. She kept me rolling. Miss Tracy, Miss Tasha, Miss Sabrina, Miss Stephanie. I mean, they all, my crew was good. My crew. From the guys, I can't remember their names at the moment. I mean, I just love my crew. That was the best thing there. The food, no, not so much. Ew, gosh, no, the food was horrible. Sometimes I ordered out. Sometimes majority of the time I ate what they gave. But and so then you know, because I was being so loved on, you know, I started my occupational therapist, Miss Tracy. She would go and she would do like little things for me and stuff. They really care about their patients. Therapy, dude. They have a great therapy team. Therapy. Okay, I am not mentioning CNAs. I mean, I had some CNAs that were really cool. Don't get me wrong. There were some CNAs that did like my CNA Joseph. Joseph. Is it Joseph or Jose? It's Jose. I am confusing him with my friend's boyfriend. But my CNA Jose, my CNA Yolanda, who else? They were real cool. Miss Jessica, her daughter, Miss Jessica is now a part of the things that they do as far as in events and like calendar things from day to day. So she's now a part of that. But she's still, I think sometimes she may do like CNA stuff, but they need her. But yeah, like, oh my gosh, and Miss Jessica, that lady, she reminds me, I'm gonna tell you who she reminds me of. Miss Jessica reminds me of Hannah off the Haves and Have Nots. She is a praying lady. That lady, Lord knows. And she would come and you can tell, even if she didn't speak it to me or, you know, say it aloud, you can tell that she was praying for me. And her pastor as well, like, because they came and did little gift bags for the church and stuff, and I didn't even know that was her pastor that came in. And I guess because I was so young, and it was just, I took people aback as to why I was here. But yeah, so yeah, I love my little crew over there. That was my crew. I have to go back over there and visit. Some of them I'm friends with on Facebook. But that was my crew. I was feeling the crew. So, but so I had them, and the physical therapy was great. The director, Miss Lee, her and my little Italian guy, they were the ones that was like, do you want to walk? You think you can walk? I was like, I think I can. Like the little truck. I think I can. And from there, and it was a Saturday. It really wasn't like a PT physical therapy day, really, but it was a Saturday. I never forget. And I don't even know why Lee was there. I think she was there covering for somebody, or she had like paperwork to do or something, or she had to finish doing like her patients and stuff, making sure everything. And so she was there and the guy was there, and yeah, it was an awesome thing. And I think she said I walked 20 feet, 10 feet, 10 feet out and 10 feet back. So that was awesome. And ever since then, because y'all, let me tell you something, I'm young. I am not one to sit up here and like to be like, oh, can you bring me the bedpan? And like, I did not like that. Defecating on myself. Oh God, I don't know how people could deal with that. Oh my gosh. Ooh, more power to you, honey. I couldn't. So when I walked that day, that was over. Who clean up who, do what? Oh, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. Okay. So I've been wanting, and so I'll never forget the next day. I was in therapy, and I had asked, I was willing myself to the bathroom because there's a bathroom in the room, in the gym. And I was willing myself to the bathroom. They were like, Mara, where you going? I was like, I'm going to the bathroom. They're like, oh, you going to the bathroom now? I was like, yeah. And so, lying my ass off because I hadn't started walking to the bathroom yet. I had just walked that day before. And so they was like, well, what do you need? I was like, come on, we'll wheel you to the bathroom. And, you know, you have to have two persons. So, sorry, I got a message. Okay. So I'll never forget, what's her name? Mine is drawing blanks right now. And I know I said their names earlier and stuff. can't remember the names. Oh my gosh. But anyway, so the two physical therapists that were there, they came and they helped me walk me to the bathroom, and I stood up and I walked. It was like, you know how to get in here and stuff? I was like, yeah, which I didn't, but I could scope out how I needed to adjust myself. And I used to be like, you need help? Nope. Got it. Okay, just ring the light when you're ready. Okay. Did not ring that light. Got up, did what I had to do, and walked out that door and sat in my chair. Why didn't you ring the light? You were ready. They was like, oh my gosh, look at you. You can walk. You can go to the bathroom. I was like, I have a confession. This is my first time going to the bathroom. And he was like, you tricked us. So yeah, and that was, I had great therapy there. So love my therapy team. They did not let me slack off for any reason at all. And so I come home and I still have therapy and everything like that. So I've gotten better. And then on July 26th, I had the VSG, vertical sleeve gastric. And now I am no longer 803. I am now 570 and going down. Down. Dun. So yeah, I mean, it's a long video, but I was sick. I was so sick. Anybody who is obese, severely obese, morbidly obese, you know, nobody says that you have to be a size of a freaking pencil, but from someone who almost lost her life, and my weight attributing to that factor as well, get your health in order, because there's no price you can put on health. And people are like, oh, it's expensive to buy this food, it's expensive. Well, which one would you rather be paying? The expensive food to give your body nutrients, or do you want to be paying a $10,000 funeral cost that your family may have to pay for because you may not have life insurance? Although I have life insurance. I have plenty of life insurance. Thanks, Grandma. Had it since I was a child. 2 of them. But yeah. Get your health in order. That's really the main thing. Get your health in order. I'm not saying that you have to be this skinny person, because you can be plus size and still be very healthy. Please get your health in order. Like, it really baffles me now when I see people doing, you can eat, nobody said that you have to eat rabbit food all your life, but there's a price to pay when you eat unhealthy every time and every day. And unfortunately, that's your life. If you are eating that way, find your trigger. Find what makes you eat that way, because there's a reason why you're eating the way you're eating. It's just not because you love food. I love food too, okay? You don't think I want to go in there and fix me some Southern delicacies, you know? And I'm a baker as well. Come on now. So it's just about how you put yourself first, putting your health first, because before you can help anybody, you have to help yourself first. You have to be selfish. And that's just the honest God's truth, because yeah, you can't help nobody if you ain't got yourself to help. How are you gonna help somebody and you in the situation that they're in, or worse? So help yourself first. Put your health first. Give yourself the person that you imagine yourself to be in your head. Be that person. If that person, I don't care if that person's a corporate lawyer and you ain't got nothing but 2-year AA degree from school. Guess what? If you want to be a corporate attorney, do that. Go be that corporate attorney. Go back to school. Finish what you want to do. Because first of all, life is too short. It's taken for granted too often, and people don't understand the value of it. Okay? So whatever you want to do in life, just do it. Be like Nike. It's literally that simple. Just freaking do it. Nobody said it was going to be easy. Nobody said it wasn't going to be scary. Nobody said it was going to be testing, non-testing. You know, it's testing, but you're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to be able to learn how to prioritize and get more disciplined. And, you know, everything's a test. Always just push your best foot forward, give your best self, and let the universe take over from there, pretty much. When you're giving your best self out, you can't do nothing but get back best back. So, get back greatness when you're putting your best foot forward, your best self. You know, and I'm a stern believer in the golden rule of do unto others as you would have them do unto you. So, if I want you to achieve and be successful, give me that same respect and let me do me and see about more. See about me. Because I can't help you. Sorry. Be selfish. And that's a hard task to do. And it's a hard task when you're also a yes person or a get it done person. I was getting ready to be like Larry Kidd, get her done. But, you know, it's very tasking to be that person. But you got to add notes to your vocabulary because everybody ain't worth your time, honey. So, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Oh, no, it is. And, yeah. I look forward to releasing more videos. Of course, shorter because I don't with all these long videos. Okay? So, I want you all to stay lovely and be blessed. See you later. Bye.